Afternoon. Today I'll be presenting the paleogeography of the Mesozoic era and how Earth's physical processes shaped the breakup of Pangaea. My research focuses on three major categories of the geological evidence: fossil distribution, tectonic plate movement, and Pangaea. By using GIS-based reconstructions and spatial analysis, we can visualize how continental drift transformed ecosystems, climate zones, and the physical layout of the world. This approach helps us move beyond the historical descriptions and instead understands Earth's past through measurable spatial evidence. This chart places the Mesozoic era within Earth's 4.6 billion year history. The Mesozoic sits between the Paleozoic and the Cenozoic and includes the rise of the dinosaurs and the formation of Pangaea, and eventually its complete breakup. Seeing the Mesozoic in context helps us appreciate how long these processes took, not thousands of years but tens of millions, and how they shaped the continents we recognize today. Here I highlighted the time when Pangaea existed and why the Mesozoic era is so important. During this era, continents were connected, climates were warmer, and species could migrate freely across massive land areas. Geography plays a key role here because it allows us to analyze how land masses, climate zones, and ecosystems change through time. By studying these patterns, we can reconstruct Earth's ancient history with surprising accuracy. Pangaea. Pangaea formed about 252 million years ago during the Triassic. During the Triassic, through a large-scale plate convergence, this supercontinent created a single connected landmass where animals and plants could move freely, forming one global ecosystem. Eventually, rifting began to pull Pangaea apart. By the Jurassic, mantle convection currents accelerated the breakup, dividing Pangaea into two major landmasses, Laurasia and Gondwana. This breakup dramatically changed ocean circulation, climate patterns, and migration routes. The breaking stages of Pangaea. These maps show the stages of Pangaea's breakup. During the Paleozoic/Mesozoic transition, the continents were still tightly connected. As rifting increased, the land mass split into Laurasia and Gondwana. By the Cretaceous, the Atlantic Ocean was forming, and the continents were drifting toward their modern positions. These stages are important because they help us understand when certain species become isolated and how the new environments formed. Fossil evidence. One of the strongest proofs of continental unity comes from the fossil distribution. Dinosaurs like Plateosaurus and Coelophysis appear on continents that are now separated by oceans. Marine reptiles such as Mosasaurus show how inland seas formed as Pangaea broke apart. These fossils allow us to trace ancient migration routes and reconstruct past land connections. Without these fossils, it would be much harder to prove that continents were once formed a single supercontinent. Plateosaurus. Plateosaurus fossils appear across Central Europe and also in Greenland. Today, these regions are separated by the North Atlantic, but during the late Triassic, they were part of a continuous northern Pangaea landmass. GIS models show that these dinosaurs likely migrated along connected river systems and floodplains. This tells us that Europe and Greenland were once physically joined, supporting the idea of a unified northern Pangaea. Coelophysis. Coelophysis provides another powerful example. Thousands of fossils appear in New Mexico's Chile Formation, and nearly identical fossils appear in South Africa's Elliott Formation. These regions share similar sedimentary environments, proving that they once existed on the same landmass. GIS reconstructions place both fossil sites along the same longitudinal range during the late Triassic, showing that these animals lived in a similar climate and could migrate freely across Pangaea. Marine reptiles. Mosasaurus fossils in Utah show that central North America was once underwater as part of a western interior seaway. This seaway formed because tectonic forces created basins that later flooded during the Cretaceous. When fossil sites are placed onto paleomap reconstructions, they match the predicted shorelines exactly. This confirms not only the existence of the seaway, but also the accuracy of our plate reconstruction models. Antarctica. Antarctica today is a frozen desert, but during the Mesozoic, it was a warm, habitable region. Fossils of dinosaurs like Cryolophosaurus, along with the diverse plant fossils, show that Antarctica once supported thriving ecosystems. GIS models placed Antarctica near the equator during the Triassic and Jurassic, explaining its warmer climate. As the continent drifted south, it transitioned from a temperate environment into an icy landscape we know as today. This dramatic shift highlights how continental movement can completely transform climate zones. The Appalachian Oregon. The Appalachian Mountains contain geological evidence of ancient continental collisions. Their structure include folded rock layers, thrust faults, and sedimentary basins. All, sign, all signs of major tectonic activity. They formed through three major orogenies: the tectonic, Akkadian, and Aleogorian. These events match mountain building processes found in Europe and Africa, proving that these regions were once connected before the Atlantic Ocean opened. This is one of the clearest geological indicators of Pangea's existence. Continental margins. The continental margins of South America and Africa fit together like puzzle pieces. Modern GIS mapping shows that their continental shelves align almost perfectly, even more precisely than their coastlines. Matching rift valleys, transform faults, and sedimentary basins across the Atlantic confirm that these continents were once joined. This is one of Alfred Wegener's earliest observations, and today remains one of the strongest pieces of evidence for continental drift. In conclusion, the paleogeography of the Mesozoic era becomes clear when we analyze Earth's surface through spatial evidence. Fossil distribution, tectonic plate movement, and mountain ranges continuity all point to the same story. Pangea existed, it broke apart gradually, and its breakup shaped the modern world. GIS-based reconstructions allow us to visualize these changes and understand how Earth's geography, climate, and ecosystems evolved over millions of years. Together, these lines of evidence give us a powerful, scientifically grounded picture of Earth's dynamic past. And our references include the following: